And we are back with the getaway. Now, instead of going to that junkyard, I realized it wouldn't work, because although the El Camino has good ground clearance, it's not good enough to just hop over that fence, and that's really, really high. I need a monster truck to do it. So actually, what I thought of, what if I just jumped down beneath this highway? And I almost have it. I made a pretty big mistake up here, though. I should have just gunned it straight through here. Actually, I shouldn't have, I should say. I should have gone around to the right, because here, I hit a car, I hit a fence, and I think a cop from the highway sees me as I duck into the alleyway, or a cop below me. Yep, cop below me saw me. So, I'm really pissed at this one, because I thought I almost got away. So Impala, he's zealous, he wants me, more ways than one. So I'm going to try and put him into something hard that'll convince him others, and oh god, that had to hurt. Wow, he did like a barrel roll. Nice going, numbnuts. Yeah, nice going, numbnuts is number 2. I mean, I crashed into a tree right after. See, with the Algonquin, it's pretty unforgiving to drive. You have to really be on top of things when you're driving. Otherwise, you'll be an idiot like me and go right into a tree. Or you'll nick cars and jam your wheels. You can already tell my right front wheel is getting jammed. And all these dings here and there aren't helping. But I still think it's worth saving, because the main reason why I kept trying to run with this truck is just because until a wheel gets 2 or more wheels get completely jammed, your car can still go, especially if it's the El Camino. But here, I make a big mistake. Oh my god, that hurt a lot. My wheels really lucky for that. Here's what I was trying to do. I was going to try and ride up along the wall and go in between the gap, Fast and the Furious style, but nope, can't do that with the El Camino. Thing's wider than most chodes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. This random cop car that flipped over. I don't even know how that happened. And then there's a cop car on the off-ramp here. Now, I'm pretty pissed now. So I go, not really. I just scrape his door and shatter the window glass. Let me see what I do. I think I try and go back into Algonquin, but it doesn't work because the police helicopter is on me. And that was an important piece of paper. Oh well, I'll get that after this commentary. I think, chopper can't see me down here, can they? Look up to your right on the railroad tracks. That's a cop car. That's an LCPD Washington. I've never seen a cop car drive up on those railroad tracks before. And he was driving towards me, which means he must have used a trainer or something to get up there. And I think, oh crap, this is a really bad area. This would be a good place to do a holdout. Not a good place to try and fly. This is a good area to make a last night, because there's so many fences you can hop out of. I'm destroying all that cover. So I knew I have to get out of here. I would like to make a stand here, but this is going to be most of my getaways. See, I escape without firing a shot. That's just my style, and I think that when you use weapons and whatnot to take out the cops when they're chasing, it's a crutch. Ideally, driving skills should be the one, because that's one thing you can always rely on. That's what you don't need to sit for hours for and get ammunition and wait for something to come. Driving skill, if you're good, it's just with you. I prefer to do that because I just don't like sitting around collecting weapons. It's just not very fun, but what do I know? Here, I thought I had a good chance of getting away, and you notice I keep zooming out the mega map just to see how long the circle is extending out for. And I know of a few other things that can extend out pretty far, but I'm not going to say those because that's probably R-rated, and I don't know, I'd like to be somewhat mature when I'm doing commentaries, but I also like to be funny. And I realized, well, there's no way in heck I'm going to be able to swim out to there. But I do see that there is the pier, and that it's just out of the wanted zone. And I have evaded a pursuit by going all the way onto that pier before. It actually does work. And if you're asking why didn't you go to Foster neighborhood, I couldn't. That circle's far past Foster's neighborhood boundary, unless I did an epic jump off of the end and into the water. And in that case, I'd lose my truck and I have to spawn another one, and it'd just be really tedious. It's an interesting idea, but not good enough. And of course, what's the one thing that can prevent you from escaping? The helicopter. One of the most, actually no, the most irritating enemy in the game. You have this douchebag drifts into me. See, they can afford to do that with their cars because they have infinite reinforcements. There's just one El Camino. And the chances of me finding another one like this on the street, when you have, like, what, 20 different colors and I only want to drive a single color, not very likely to just find another one of these parked or cruising around. Actually, if you remember from my Ruiner getaway, this is a very similar route I took. I want to take them up north into Broker, and it works too because there's so many things you can juke them to the traffic circle up on the left there. I just jump through the middle sometimes, or purposely go slow when I jump through the middle, and then stop behind a parking barrier and see how many cops I can get to hit the barriers. It's hilarious. I mean, try that sometime. Make sure they're close behind you. I mean, because if they're 500 feet or so, they're going to be able to either slow down in time or swerve away. Now, if they're about a car length, definitely not enough time. So they're going to hit it and look like an idiot. And actually, you saw that LCPD Washington there. I thought of jacking it, but again, that's not my style. If I choose a vehicle for a getaway, I'm going to stick with it whether I get away or not. Wow, I'm surprised they haven't killed me yet. They've been aimbotting so much. I think there's a SWAT truck coming up here. Yep, that's a SWAT truck. He tries to go, honey, I'm home! But I drift along the side and... oh, wow, he almost cut his cop car teammate off. That was pretty funny. Yeah, see, now they're starting to get aimbot me. Because I don't know how we could have gotten a headshot on me as we were going over that pavement. See, they even hits me as my truck pulls. I mean, come on! And actually, I thought of pulling out my 44 Magnum and just blowing the one guy away with a quick headshot, but then I realized that for some reason, since the LCPD Washington is still considered a beta on GTA Police mods, or wherever the heck I got it from, it doesn't have windows that you can shoot through. So essentially, it's like the Noose Enforcer or LCPD Stockade, and since it has bulletproof windows. The only difference is you can't really see the bullet impacts, but it's still really irritating. It also works to your benefit, though, because it's almost impossible to get shot out of the car unless you shatter the glass by flipping your car over, getting hit in the door area. Oh, God! That had to hurt. See, thankfully, though, what you may notice is they hit me, I try and swerve so it hits just the front of my truck square, because I know it's going to take a while to kill the engine. But it's not always that easy. Because now I'm really getting worried about how long this thing's going to last. I really don't know how many more hits it's going to take. I haven't driven the El Camino at the limit before. Well, I just said the El Camino. That's very redundant. That's like saying, like when Johnny Gat says the Los Carnales in Saints Row. It's just the Carnales or Los Carnales. It's not the Los Carnales. It's very redundant. I'm sorry. I'll stop doing that. And then here I think, oh, this should be a great escape route. Nah, there's like 8 cops down there, plus more on the way. But they don't see me, so I was going to duck him in this alleyway until that SWAT van. Oh, maybe not. News truck turned the other way. And think, oh, this is going to be good. I'm just going to drift around this Vigoro. Vigoro hits me. She gets out. Run him down! I don't take any prisoners. So if someone blatantly aims for my car, especially if it's a civilian, I take no... I take no offense to blowing them away with either the AA-12 explosive rounds, or... If I'm in a rush, I'll just use the Desert Eagle and get him once in the head. But then if it's actually slower, because I want to blow up their vehicle too. So I just either use the sticky bombs or AA-12 with explosive rounds. That's much more fun. La-di-da-di-da, trying not to crash. So far succeeding. Light post. This is funny. That, I think it's a pedestrian, yeah, the pedestrian cross sign, that gets stuck in the back of my truck, and that stays with me for almost the whole pursuit. It's just amazing. That's one thing that's kind of fun about pickups like this. If something gets stuck in the bed, it just kind of comes along with you. In more ways than one. And then here I think, oh god, fence, but I can't smash it. I forgot about that. I haven't been through this area in a while. Oddly enough, you can smash the big chain link fences, but not the wooden barbed wire fences. Never really understood that about this game. Oh well, it's still very good. I still give this thing at least a 97%. But that's another topic. Anyway, this turn to Pier is great for drifting on, but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to take the off-road route. It's much safer. I mean, it's much safer for me because I know the route. It's much more dangerous for the cops because they tend to hit everything along it. Trees, pipes, cement foundations, you name it. I mean, they go out of their way to hit them. So, although I do hate what Rockstar did with the wanted system, especially with regards to the cops' accuracy when shooting from a vehicle, especially the FIB. Oh my god, those guys are dicks. I do like how they made the cops bad drivers, because it makes it so enjoyable to get into a pursuit. I mean, I actually looked forward to more cops spawning, because I mean, once you go this fast, you can really do some damage. Because if you're going this fast, they're gonna have to go fast to keep up with you, obviously. And at a higher speed, that means there's less room for error. So it really doesn't take much to juke a cop out in this game. It really doesn't, especially after you play online a lot. Actually, I paused for a second there because I wasn't sure if I was going to make it through that gap. Oh man, I hate those taxi minivans. Or just taxis in general in this game. They do like to swerve towards you. They're very, very clueless. Surprise, surprise. What else is new? I'm just kidding. I don't mean that. I'm trying to remember what I do. This is a very long trip. I think I went to almost every island. I went to Broker, Alderney. The only island I didn't go to was obviously Happiness Island and Bohan. I would have liked to go to Bohan, but it's really, really, really constricted. And driving the El Camino through Bohan is not fun. It's not like driving the Mafia Shafter, because the El Camino is very, very, very wide. And as you'll later see, it gets me into trouble. Alright, so this video is just about done.
Sorry.
Right there.